What is up everybody, it is me DevilNeverCry, and in today's video we're going to be going over a simple but effective strategy that Dante can use to get through Hell on Hell mode without any issues. If the strategy is done correctly, you can take out entire groups of enemies without even having to fight them properly. So without further ado, let's just dive right in. So for those of you who have seen my Hell on Hell mode streams, you'll already seen me employ this strategy quite often, and it all revolves around Sin Devil Trigger and some interesting camera manipulation. So the first thing you'll need is a full bar of Sin DT. Now this can easily be achieved in Hell on Hell mode because there's an overabundance of white orbs in the environment, or barring that you can beat up some of the trash mobs, taunting over and over to get a full SDT bar. Then, when you run into an enemy encounter, quickly turn the camera away from the enemy, jump into the air as high as possible, and activate your Sin Devil Trigger. Now the reason you want to keep the camera away from the enemies is so that you don't allow them to go into their attack animation. The game functions so that enemies only attack when they are on screen, and turning the camera essentially neuters them, allowing you to pull off the move and the transformation without any interruptions. But once you're in the Sin Devil Trigger and you're in the air, you want to use the Luce move, which is done by holding down the right trigger. If done correctly, Dante will shoot out a bunch of glowing lasers, homing lasers at that, so you won't have to lock on or move the camera or anything, and you want to let that run its full course. At this point, you should have a little bit of the Sin Devil Trigger left, so you want to get as close as you can to the enemies, and then press both the gun and melee button at the same time, allowing Dante to go into this canned animation where he slows down time, wails on enemies. But the most important thing about this move is that you have a bunch of iframes, meaning you'll take no damage whatsoever whilst this animation plays. And this, combined with the Luce move, does enough damage where you'll essentially one-shot all the enemies in the room. Now in the clip that you're seeing here, it didn't solely because there was one enemy that hadn't spawned in yet, likely meaning I popped it a little bit too early, but nevertheless, one enemy is a lot easier to deal with than a full room of enemies, especially on a mode where you die in one hit. So not only is this a quick and easy way to essentially destroy all the enemies in a room, but it also gives you a massive amount of style points. I was averaging about 6,000 to 6,500, which is easily enough to get an S rank. But don't just take my word for it, go out there, try it out, let me know what you think. Subscribe and stay tuned for more DMC5 content. With all that said and done, it has been me, DevilNeverCry. I would like to thank all of you for watching, and as always, I'll see you next video.